Welcome to today's lesson. We're going to be talking about this motorcycle accident that occurred during a Do It With Dan group ride. So thank you so much, Do It With Dan, for allowing me to use these videos. Really appreciate it.
Casey, you alright? Fuck! 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 Chase, it's alright. You're alright. You're right. Stop. Chase, don't get up. Don't get up. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't.
So now that we saw what happened, the whole point of an after-action review is to take what's good, what's bad, the mistakes, all these different things, mesh it together to come up with a solution for the future, for ourselves and then for our community, okay? The whole point is that we're trying to help our own community. So if you see something obvious, not so obvious, please write it in the description because we're all helping each other here. That's the whole point, okay? So right here, what I see is a dangerous situation, okay? So it's really obvious that we have riders going around this vehicle right before a turn, whether it's double yellow or not, okay? So we're going around this vehicle higher rate of speed than we should be when we're trying to set up for a turn. So this is a blind turn, and that is why it's going to be double yellow, because the government or whoever, the municipality, decided that this is going to be a dangerous turn to pass on because of how blind it is or how sharp it is. So we're going to make it double yellow to hopefully prevent people from doing that. So that's why it's like that. So if you have that understanding, then you understand that this is a blind turn. So we should be slowing down before the turn. We should be looking through it. We should be pressing it, and we should be rolling on the throttle to get out or to maintain while we're in the middle of the turn. If you ever learned that in BRC1, congratulations, you already have some of the fundamentals here. Another fundamental is search, setup, smooth. So right here, we're searching, we're setting up, and now we're gonna be smooth with how we're moving around the setup, okay? So when I'm doing this right here, this is the first situation right here. The fundamental of situational awareness is that I am in the yellow stage right now. It's gonna switch really quick though. So I'm in the yellow stage, and then I'm gonna switch into the orange stage because these brake lights are making it to where I see that there's something going on with or without the motorcyclist in front. I'm gonna pretend they're not even there. I'm the rider right here. I wanna focus on what we can see. So right here, I see these lights. Boom, I'm right in the orange stage. I notice something's there, and they're applying the brakes for some reason. In this situation is because motorcyclists. If there's no motorcyclists and they're applying brakes, what is that? What's causing that? That's what's making me a little anxious and a little bit of paranoid because I'm in the orange stage. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about with yellow stage, orange stage, red stage, and even black stage, make sure you check out the video. I'll have it linked in the description, and then I'll have it as the last video at the end of this video. So you can actually see it and learn a little bit more about situational awareness on the motorcycle so you don't become paranoid and still enjoy the ride. So right here, this is kind of making me a little nervous. I'm in the orange stage. So we're gonna move forward just a little bit. So the brake lights are off. So now I'm kind of back into the yellow stage, kind of almost a mix, you know, yellowish orange. The reason why I went back down to more of yellow is because the brake lights are off. Okay, so my thought process here is that this person driving this car, with or with, I'm gonna say without the motorcycles, so ignore those. The reason why I applied the brakes is because he felt or she felt that she was going too fast into that turn, so they slowed down, okay? Perfectly fine, okay? But what I want to do is create a space cushion so I have the best vision. So now this is part of the situational awareness. You know, if you can't see anything, if you don't know the hazard is coming up, doesn't matter how good your skills are. So you need to be able to see, and then you also need to have the situational awareness to know what you're looking at. So right here, when I'm looking at this turn, I see a blind turn. I don't see my exit. I just see it continuing and continuing and continuing. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this ratchet effect. You know, on a ratchet, you know, tie down your motorcycle or tie down something. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the front, you know, right here where I'm putting the arrow, and then now I'm ratcheting back to the right in front of me. And I'm scanning the whole road while I'm doing that. So ratchet back to the front, ratchet through the road back to me. And I keep doing this while I'm traveling, so it's consistently moving. I'm consistently ratcheting and looking, okay? So that's what I'm doing during a turn, but if I have a vehicle in my way, it messes it up because I can't see perfectly. So what I like to do is slow down even more and allow that vehicle to either get way ahead, almost to where they're at that blind spot or past the turn. So I have this beautiful view of the road that I can ratchet back and forth. That will keep me in the yellow so I can enjoy the ride. But if I have a vehicle in front of me like this, it's gonna put me in orange mode and I'm not gonna enjoy the turn. So if you wanna enjoy these turns a little bit more, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you don't wanna have anything in your path of travel, but the reason why you don't wanna have anything, if you think about it, and why you don't wanna have it, is so that you have good vision, so you can see everything, so you can know what to evade if you have to evade. So that is where I'm at in this situation, okay? Now when it comes to the rider crashing, it was obvious too much speed, so there was not enough slow look, press, and roll. So right here, let's go ahead and go back just a little bit. This is, you see how the turn keeps going? It did like a 90, went straight, and then it's gonna do another 90. So this is definitely not the area you wanna be going crazy fast. But the reason why he went too far is because he was going too fast. He didn't set himself up for the turn. He was going too fast, he was passing the vehicle, and then it put him in a bad line. He had to lean even harder, counter steer even harder, and if he did it even harder, he would have just low-sided, but this time he went off the side of the road. So if you're gonna be passing vehicles, if you're gonna be taking turns very fast, you're gonna have to start learning more advanced skills like trail braking, speed downshifting, but smoothly with rev matching if you're gonna have to do that. So all these things is gonna be something that you don't necessarily need if you set yourself up first with the fundamental skills, okay? So slow look, press and roll, slow down before the turn. We're not here trying to be Valentino Rossi. We're not trying to do anything crazy. The main thing is we're trying to get from point A to point B as safe as possible. And if we can just do the fundamentals, we can see the hazards ahead of time, we can give ourselves the best vision, then we're gonna be in a good spot. So thank you so much, Do It With Dan, for allowing me to use this video. If you guys wanna watch that video that I was talking about with situational awareness, it's right below me. And then I wanna say thank you so much to my patrons for making this possible. If it wasn't for you guys, my training videos and how much learning I can do would not be here. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys around.